this is not acceptable. And to be accepted in our family or in our society, you need to not have this. If what you do is be assertive, today I feel a certain way about something, and I go ahead and ask someone, ask my guardian, tell my guardian, this is what I feel about it. The guardian tells me, what you feel is not right. You're not allowed to feel this. You're not allowed to say things like that. You are behaving very unacceptably. What if the guardian abuses me for what I've said? Physical, verbal, mental, whatever you name it. Because you're a child, you want acceptance, love, support, nurturance at that time. You will try to be acceptable. You will try to be lovely because you need love, right? So, what will you do? You will suppress the parts of you that you think are not acceptable to the people around you. So, when you're small or when you're unconscious of the things, you send them back to the wild. You don't want to associate with them, but they are a part of you. They were until you send them to the back of your mind. All these things that you felt growing up that were not acceptable, which can be you being either assertive, nerdy, dumb, intelligent, whatever it may be, you name it, creative because you're supposed to be studious, you'll create shadow and you think it doesn't exist. It operates when you're triggered, or it operates throughout your life decisions without you even being aware of it. Would you ask me, why then is it important for you to be acquainted with your shadow aspect, with the parts of you that you have suppressed until you make your unconscious conscious? It will continue to rule your life and you will call it fate. You choose a certain path, a certain decision you make, and you don't know why you're making it. You think God is making you do it. Your unconscious is making you do it. It's as simple as that. If you're not aware, that is why it is important to be aware of your shadow aspect. About the things that you have denied in your life, that is why it is important to practice mindfulness. Give a look back at your life. Analyze how you've grown up. Analyze your trigger points because you need to understand the parts of you that you have denied. Growing up when you were not welcomed or your needs weren't met, when you were needy, when you were clingy, maybe a part of you thinks that is a weak thing to do now. But there's still a child in there that deserves, that needs that support. There's a child in there that still wants it. But then you'll come to me and you'll ask me, but Surbhi, I have tried to find it in other people. I've tried to become like that with other people, but I have only ever met with rejection. We need to understand that the way we are intimate with our inner world might not be the same intimacy that we will be able to achieve with the other people in our life. And that is very inherently lonely. It is until you do not begin to understand pluralism of your mind. You're never alone. There are always archetypes, personalities working in your head. And even if you're lonely, is it really that bad of a thing? Can't you spend some time alone with yourself? Be the guardian to your inner child. Be a friendly host who can invite the shadow to come to light. Why was it important for a shadow to be created? It is looked at as a very negative thing to have happened. Well, at that time, if we didn't make certain aspects, certain parts of you to grow dormant, you would have faced a lot of struggles. If fighting for playing football makes you be physically abused, then suppressing a part of you that really wants that was the best thing to do at that time. So it was important to do that. But over time, you forgot that it is okay to want that. What you started believing is it's not okay to be that. And to be accepted in the world, or to be loved, even to be cared for, you need to not be these things. And as you grow up, you try to find other people who will let you be this. And that's how you create the dynamics in your life going forth. But what you really have to do now is you have to allow yourself to be that. Why do you want to be living living out just a fragment version of yourself? I don't want to accept this part of myself because it has never done me any right. Well, but can you deny it was a part of yourself? I don't let myself be too emotional. Why? Because I was met with a lot of backlash growing up. I don't think now people will accept me. Can you accept yourself? Can you accept yourself? Can you look in the mirror and accept yourself? No, I can't. Then you're weak. Be courageous. Take on a challenge. Accept that you're emotional. Accept that you cry easily. And be able to manage it. Let yourself feel in the moment just because you are an emotional person. And then make yourself come back to reality. Come back to your daily life. Go back to your daily schedule. And not let your emotions ruin you. Rule you completely. That's managing your emotions. That managing your inner child that likes to throw tantrums, like to be needy, likes to be clingy. Except that I'm emotional, then my emotions will come in the way. Can't you sit and ask your emotions to not get in the way? Well, that is such an absurd thing. It's not. Have you ever sat with yourself and told yourself listen, I really need to get this done. Can we think about this later? Can I deal with this later? I will get back to it. Why don't you treat yourself like you would a very good friend of yours, your lover even? Why would you treat yourself like something you would rather discard, not have a conversation with, not pay any attention to? Why are you doing that to yourself? Everyone leaves. You leave yourself alone. You leave yourself alone on that bench of the park in the cold night when it's snowing because you don't want to pay attention to the part of you that you feel like is lonely, is really afraid to be alone, and who really think that they'll be abandoned once they say this to other people, once they say this to even themselves. Before accepting anyone, if you can't close your eyes and accept yourself, no relationship that you ever be in will ever be whole. You've not lived your life completely. You've never. Trust me. So, Surbhi, should I lay dormant? Should I go in isolation until I'm healed? Do whatever you want, whatever feels good to you. If you feel like going in isolation and doing all this work and then coming back is what you need, do it. It's part of the path of the hero archetype. Personally, I've gone in dips and tremors and sharps and tails where I isolate, I socialize, isolate, socialize. I hope you begin a journey. I hope you understand that there is worth in it. There is worth in doing this. And it's amazing. If you want to talk about anything, if you feel like you're not able to get through something and you want someone to talk to about it, leave a comment below. Connect with me on my Instagram. Namaste.